Welcome to Own Your Words. Basis. Word meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Basis. Basis. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. If something is done on a particular basis, it is done according to that method, system, or principle. 2. If you say that you are acting on the basis of something, you are giving that as the reason for your action. 3. The basis of something is its starting point, or an important part of it from which it can be further developed. 4. The basis for something is a fact, or argument that you can use to prove or justify it. Examples. 1. I've always worked on the basis that any extra money would go into property. 2. McGregor must remain confined, on the basis of the medical reports we have received. 3. Both factions have broadly agreed that the UN plan is a possible basis for negotiation. 4. Discrimination on the basis of race, gender, age, or disability is not allowed. 5. Should the TV license fee continue to be the basis for the BBC's funding? I don't think so. 6. Sustainable development form the basis for a corporate vision of the future. 7. Discrimination on the basis of gender, age, race, or sexual orientation is against the law. 8. He refers to the problems associated with goods which are now in the sovereign bases. 9. I quickly realized that I had to make my way on the basis of my ability, not my heritage. 10. The officers had no basis for suspecting Bostic of any criminal activity, but they got lucky. 11. It was a window into what women experience to look good on a regular basis. 12. When I look at Ed and all the challenges he has to face on a daily basis, he said, with tears. Basket. Word meaning, with 11 example sentences. Pronunciation. Basket. Basket. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. A group of related things. 2. A basket is a stiff container that is used for carrying or storing objects. Baskets are made from thin strips of materials such as straw, plastic, or wire woven together. 3. In basket of currencies or goods is the average or total value of a number of different currencies or goods. 4. In basketball, the basket is a net hanging from a ring through which players try to throw the ball in order to score points. A basket is also the point scored when the ball is thrown through the ring. Examples. 1. The little kittens and their mother were all curled up asleep in the same basket. 2. The pound's value against a basket of currencies hit a new low of 76.9. 3. A flower arrangement in a large basket stood on a pedestal in the corner of the room. 4. We picked lots of strawberries, but we'd eaten half the basket by the time we got home. 5. She found seaweed and small dried anchovies, and a basket of fruits and vegetables. 6. They're pickpockets, she explained to a man who carried a basket of dried fish. 7. I helped Art haul in plastic totes the size of laundry baskets laden with meat and produce. 8. I'll have a dozen eggs, a loaf of bread, and basket of plums, please, he mumbled. 9. The Wildcats did not score a basket in more than 8 minutes of crunch time, including the final 5:55 of regulation. 10. Everything comes in wire baskets, including the classic McDonald's fries. 11. Rin rolled his eyes and got up an orange off the fruit basket on Sasha's desk. Bonus. Word meaning, with 12 example sentences. Pronunciation. Bonus. Bonus. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. An extra amount of money given to someone as a reward for work or as encouragement. 2. A bonus is an extra amount of money that is added to someone's pay, usually because they have worked very hard. 3. A bonus is also any result that is an expected benefit. 4. A bonus is something good that you get in addition to something else, and which you would not usually expect. 5. A bonus is a sum of money that an insurance company pays to its policyholders, for example, a percentage of the company's profits. Examples. 1. Workers receive a large part of their pay in the form of bonuses and overtime. 2. It has the added bonus of containing 30% less fat than ordinary cheese. 3. These returns will not be enough to meet the payment of annual bonuses to policyholders. 4. He had this idea that his bonus might suffer if a boss caught him away from his telephone. 5. This year King arrives with an added bonus, in the form of his daughter, Nell McGloin King. 6. The car company is offering its workforce a £3,000 cash bonus to take voluntary redundancy. 7. Lyra was given a pay bonus and a special victory breakfast of vodka and watermelon. 8. It appeared that I'd received a bonus for being the first avatar to obtain the copper key. 9. As an added bonus, I'd be able to call for help if the sluggers dropped me off far from home. 10. Anything from now onwards is a bonus. But we want more and more bonuses. 11. It wasn't like being hard work only earned you a bonus in exhaustion. 12. He handed me a roll of bills and winked, adding, "By the way, I gave you a little bonus." Breath. Word meaning, with 12 example sentences. Pronunciation. Breath. Breath. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. Breath is the process of taking air in and out of your lungs. 2. Your breath is the air that you let out through your mouth when you breathe. If someone has bad breath, their breath smells unpleasant. 3. When you take a breath, you breathe in once. 4. If you say that there is not a breath of wind or air, you are emphasizing that there is no wind and the air is very still. 5. A breath of something is a small amount of it. Examples. 1. The disease may cause cold sweating, nausea, vomiting, and shortness of breath. 2. Consider incorporating humming into a few minutes of intentional, slow, and deep breaths. 3. Life is here today and gone tomorrow, like a breath or a wisp of smoke. 4. When he walks down the stairwell, he feels a breath of wind touch his face. 5. Lyra couldn't see the door, but she heard an intake of breath as the first man came in. 6. When I stopped, gasping for breath, I decided that I would go back and kill Bledsoe. 7. Her breath does smell pretty bad, said Via, waving her hand in front of her nose. 8. I could literally smell his sweat, hear every ragged breath, every cry, every cut of the whip. 9. She held them to her face, and her breath came out in short, shuddering gasps. 10. I don't know what to do, but then Coach West rushes up, all out of breath. 11. Our faces are close, near enough that the soft exhalations of his breath caress my skin. 12. I wake to choking darkness and gasp for breath, trying to push away the walls of my quarters. Buyer. Word meaning, with 12 example sentences. Pronunciation. Buyer. Buyer. It is a noun. Meaning. 1. Someone who buys something expensive, such as a house. 2. A buyer is a person who is buying something or who intends to buy it. 3. A buyer is a person who works for a large store, deciding what goods will be bought from manufacturers to be sold in the store. Examples. 1. An outside buyer has stepped in to save the company from going out of business. 2. Long enough for the buyer to get a good distance away, the father said, grinning. 3. A number of potential buyers have expressed interest in the company. The book was valued at $160,000, but she was unable to find a buyer. 5. Of course, the language of paternalism that buyers used was misplaced and hypocritical. 6. They are used by buyers in central government across the public and third sectors. 7. A slowdown in prices is best for everyone, first-time buyer and homeowner alike. 8. The current market value will be the price a willing buyer would pay a willing seller. 9. All items are sold seen and the buyer will be required to arrange transportation. 10. That was the rush of buyers to grab the best of the newly arrived captives. 11. The grain elevator is the only buyer in town, and the elevator only pays for corn and soybeans. 12. My buyer is going there in the morning to purchase red raspberries from a farm, he said. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Meanings and examples are available in video description.